Hi, this is Misha, and we're back with another video on CZ's Bren 2S pistol, the gun that is actually not officially released yet, still as of early October. In our first couple of videos, we showed you the 8-inch version, and now we're showing you the 11-inch version, and that's really the only difference. We have a 3-inch longer barrel. They also have a 14-inch, but I thought the 11 was kind of neat. So everything that we said in the first videos holds true. We have the same flash hider. It's still threaded 1/2x28. Still have a nice quality barrel here, 1-in-7 twist, cold hammer forged, chrome lined. We have flip up metal mil-spec sights, reversible non-reciprocating charging handle. We have the shortened forearm with removable panels. You can put different things on, but the forearm itself is part of the receiver. Because of the shortened forearm, we have a shortened gas piston system. We have a 3-position gas regulator here, standard, adverse, and for suppressor specifically. It feeds from standard AR-15 magazines. Comes with 2 just metal mags. Ambidextrous controls. The grip is part of the lower frame, however the back strap is removable, so you can kind of put larger or smaller ones in, and we have the storage compartment. Now the first one you saw with an SB tactical folding brace on. This comes with an in block that just takes standard AR-15 whatevers, and now we've actually picked up a couple of SB tactical folding adapters. Folds over. Now we have this brass deflector here, so I had to kind of angle this a bit, and what we did, or at least I did, I kind of got it where it would lock on, just kind of friction fit to the brass deflector by pushing it up just a bit, but it's still easy to pull off. This, what I liked when Jay showed me this adapter, it is a push button here, so that's nice, and it really doesn't add much length at all, and of course your SB is still fully adjustable on the tube, so that's nice. It's one little change we've done. I've also put on the advanced primary arms sight that was originally on my Bren 1 over here. Now the reason I ended up putting this one on, it has the QD thing, that's fine, but it was also this charging handle. See that? And I'm gonna hit my mag release, sorry guys. There we go. These do have nice triggers from polymer. I was just gonna put the standard primary arms that you see here on the Bren 1 on it, because the other one was already on this one. No big deal, this one was loose at the time, but problem. See this nut here? Well, on a Bren 1 you can charge it without banging your knuckles because the handle is kind of far forward. However, when I tried that optic on the Bren 2, because the handle is moved back a bit, even being careful, I still banged my knuckles. So I ended up having to kind of switch it out because of that. So if you get one of these, just remember this is set back just a smidge further. It's not much, but it's just enough. Just you don't really want anything overhanging where you're going to bang into, because there's just not a lot of space there. So one thing I kind of learned, and that's why I swapped optics around. So kitted out like this, with an optic on, a red dot, a sling, a magazine, and an SB brace with adapter. Comparing that to my Bren 1, my 805. magazine. Now this is polymer versus metal. In the original factory folding adjustable stock, another primary arms optic, iron sights here. The only difference, this has a 16-inch barrel. And as I said, this has a 11, and these are true 11.0 inch. They're not 11.5 barrels, so this has a little bit shorter barrel still. As you see them, we threw them on the scale, the postal scale we use. This weighed in with the optic here at 9 pounds, 4 ounces with the magazine and the sling. So fully kitted out, 9 pounds, 4 ounces. And this, as you see it here, came in at 7 pounds, 12 ounces. So the weight savings is just right at 1.5 pounds. Now, part of that is the shorter barrel. I mean, this is 5 inches shorter, so we're going to have to give a little credit there. But even doing so, we're saving at least a pound, and that's being pretty generous. Some of the other peripherals, you know, are to be considered too, like the brace and the stock and things, but that gives you an idea. This is still definitely lighter and has a shorter front end. Now with the 14-inch pistol or a 16-inch carbine, that might look a little goofy sticking out this far with just barrel, but with the 8 or the 11-inch, I think aesthetically it's quite appealing.
So one thing Nisha mentions in his review is this SB Tactical side folding brace. Now he had his mounted to the right and had a little bit of issues with it clearing the deflector and the ejector. As long as it is not fully collapsed, if you mount it to the left hand side, it has no problem at all mounting to the, or locking open on the mechanism, or locking closed on the mechanism I should say. And it's just very easy to swing back open and adjust where necessary. It also will clear the charging handle when it's locked to the left. There's just enough room of a gap here to operate the charging handle whenever the brace is locked in the closed position. So
we continue to try the Bren 2 out with different magazines. You saw Jay's giving it a go with a couple there, including the Russian puff gun. And we're going to continue to work with this and bring you update videos on the Bren 2 because we both have one now. I kind of thought after Jay shot my first one, he'd end up picking one up, honestly, and he did. And then I picked up the 11-inch. Actually, the 8-inch I had is now with Chris Bartacci, so I don't know if when this video comes out he'll have his review out yet or not, but he has that to try out. So yeah, we both have one. And frankly, for what these cost, we're going to kind of milk them for every video we can get out of them, folks. And can you blame us? And it is a really fun gun and a really cool gun and pretty darn ergonomic. And it came out at a good time when there really wasn't much else new in the market to grab people's attention. And, you know, a couple of months before the holidays is just really good timing. Now, like I said, this isn't really officially out yet. What happened, the Czech military really just started receiving the Bren 2 in late 2016. And I'm not going to try to even pull up numbers now because as soon as I give a number, it'll be dated because they continue to receive them. But they only have a few thousand in service as of late 2018. So the Bren 2 A1 has a 14-inch barrel, and the Bren 2 A2 has the 11-inch barrel as you see here. Now, when the original 805 Bren was adopted, they did the same barrel lengths, A1 being 14-inch, and A2 being 11-inch. The Czech military mostly purchased the A1 with a longer barrel because it was an infantry rifle meant to replace the VZ58 that was in current service back in 2010, 2011 still. Now with the Bren 2, because they are purchasing these, but they still have about 30,000, give or take, Bren 1s in service, they're not just going to toss out their 805s. They still work. So those guns are pretty much going to be standard infantry guns. The Bren 2, at least in the beginning, is going to go to special forces and people who really need them. So you're actually seeing a more even number of the Bren 2 A2 with the 11-inch barrel picked up compared with the A1, just because of what the military currently needs. Now I'm sure they might make up that gulf later on by picking up more 14s, but for now they're getting a lot of the 11s along with the 14s, pretty much in almost equal numbers. Now, I don't know if they're doing any of the 8 inches. I know the 8 inches offered in Select Fire, but I couldn't find like a designation like Bren 2A3 for it. The 8 inch just seems to be listed as a subcompact or submachine gun size, and that's about it. So I don't know. CZ is definitely marketing the Bren 2 commercially. So they're having pretty good success with foreign military customers, especially special forces. So that's where it stands today. These are starting to see some use. For the U.S. civilian market, the Bren 2S was kind of I guess we'll call it a soft release. No one knew these were coming, even people who typically are kind of CZ USA insiders. They just appeared at Bill Hicks, which is a distributor, and Prepper's Gun Shop, which is a retail dealer, kind of out of nowhere. And what seems to have happened, this was the first batch that CZ Czech sent over to CZ USA. They did the 5.56 and the 7.62 39, 8, 11, and 14-inch barrels. And they were pretty much exactly military guns, just with the semi-auto trigger pack and a few other things to make the ATF happy. Well, CZ USA took a look at these. They liked them, but they said, we'd like you to make a few changes to make these more appealing to the civilian market. So that's why they were just kind of stuck with these and didn't really know what to do with them for this year. And then eventually they just sold them to a distributor quietly. We don't really know what the changes are going to be, not in full right now. One that's more or less confirmed is the handguard's going to be a bit different. It's going to be more modular, so it's not going to be a single piece with the receiver. It's going to be M-LOK compatible. And of course, since it can come off, you can put whatever you want on there. And most likely, at least for the 14-inch pistol and the 16-inch carbine, it will probably be extended to cover up some of the long barrel and give more real estate for the end user to play with. Other changes that might occur that are in speculation, this military kind of Art Deco twisty 3-prong flash hider will probably get replaced with something a little more conventional, probably a type of muzzle brake. It's also possible that the pistol grip will go to more of an AR compatible or fully removable grip. And it's also possible that they will continue to offer it with an AR-15 kind of buffer tube adapter so AR stocks can be used. Hopefully we will see the original stocks on the carbines when they finally come out next year, but who knows. For me personally, the fewer changes they make, the better, but I understand CZ's position. People complained about the original Evo 3 Scorpion having the 18mm threads. They had some complaints about the Bren 1, which really just related to its mil-spec configuration. So I understand where they're coming from. When they release this officially, they want to have it good to go for the U.S. market. So I know why they're doing it, and it does make sense. But for us military guys, we really want them as close to issue as we can get. Well, as always, we really appreciate you tuning in. If you have any questions, we welcome them below. We'll do our best to answer them. Like I said, info on this is still pretty scarce, so we may not be able to, frankly, but we'll try. If you enjoyed the video, we'd appreciate it if you click like, and if you really enjoyed the video, we'd appreciate it if you check out the link to our Patreon page. We do gun garbage giveaways and do Q&As every couple of months, try to have some fun and try to add some benefits to Patreon's supporters, so check that out if interested. Well, this is Misha, and please tune in again next time for another hopefully interesting video. We will catch you then.